How's it? English. Welcome to Mongoose Max Hawaii, the channel. Jeez. How's it going? It's Saturday. There's no newspaper, but there's online newspaper. But actually, you know what I want to do aside from getting interrupted by Ghost 2 Box? Got my ghost video coming up. Haunted house video. We didn't catch nothing. Went to the movies because my friend Michael, going into film school, is going off to Jamaica first. It's the Udua coin thing, I think. And so we went to the movies with his uncle, and we saw the movie Argylle. And I had no clue what Argylle was, except maybe Argylle socks. Yeah, was that little curly coo thing? But no, it's like the one with the little diamond shape. Argylle, it's a pattern. Argylle socks, right? It's Argylle. I had no clue what the movie was, and I was like, drove all the way up to the Kaneohe and saw the movie. And so I figure I'm gonna just do a movie review, a bad movie review. The movie's good, my review's gonna be bad because I'm just gonna haphazard it. Spoiler alert, whatever. I mean, maybe there's spoilers. Some, you can't get, but I'm not going to try to be spoilers too much. I'll just give you a general overall feel of the Argylle movie. Offhand, I'd say, it's not the C cat. I'm going to rate like a schoolhouse or grades. It's not a C movie. It's a B movie. It's not an A movie because it doesn't really make you, it's not profound and making great statements. It's not like an A movie, like 2001, Clockwork Orange, Kubrick movies, Citizen Kane. It's a B movie. It's a movie to be, you go there and you enjoy the movie. And it's okay movie to go see. So it's a B movie. They did a pretty good job of it. They have a lot of visuals and everything like that. But let me just give you a setup because Argylle is so vague. A little setup of the Argylle, not Arthur. Argylle is the name of a secret agent super spy, like an American spy. So it's a little kind of like 007, but definitely not like 007. The movie, I think it relates to closely is the movie Kingsman, where they have that guy who's played by, was it Egerton or something? And he's like the kid that gets recruited by the old guy, Michael Caine, and he's recruited through the tailor shop and has a lot of action. The reason it has that, like all of a sudden there's this lot of action, ordinary, and all of a sudden he's a lot of action. This is like that in a sense, because it centers around this woman who's a writer of spy novels, and the main character in her novels is Argylle, the secret agent guy. So even though it has like the macho male image, Argylle main character, that's not the main character. The main character is this woman. I even forgot her name. What was her name? Whatever. I'm not going like that. The woman, I'm gonna say. And she's the writer. I'll say the writer. The writer is the main character because the movie places itself where you're watching this action all of a sudden. It's like, what the heck? And you're introduced to the Argylle guy. Holy water. And they splash holy water everywhere. And you see Argylle in action doing all this action stuff. And it's like, whoa, wow, okay, whoa. And then it switches to, it sort of transitions to this woman, lady, Miss Argylle. What's her name? I might not remember it ever. But the writer is selling books at a book signing thing and answering questions. So the whole thing you just saw was just her fiction book. And she's like talking questions, blah, blah, blah. You know, and a bunch of college student looking people are like, how can I ask you a question about how you write your books? Because they're so successful and all that. And all of a sudden it's, what? And this lady is, this lady is, because it's a very girl power movie. And this is the center character, the writer. And one guy asks a question about, well, you know, Ian Fleming turns out to have had actual espionage spy connections. How about you? Do you have anything? And she's like, oh shucks, no, I'm just a boring little old lady, young woman writer. I'm just the J.K. Rowlings of spy novelists. So you're kind of going, almost rolled eyes, but there was a bunch of action happening, so you figure it's going to go back to action of this guy, and it does. The movie goes back into this, her novel, but it's a lot like a James Bond Kingsman movie, but all of a sudden it goes on like that. And it goes back to her, and they're asking questions. Well, when are you going to write your next novel, number 5, or number 6, or number 5, or whatever it was? And she's like, well, it's almost done, but I got to write the ending, right? And then she goes back, and she's writing the ending, and she's like, print, I'm done. And then she gets a call from her mom. Oh, honey, how's the book? I already read it, and it's like the ending sucks. So her mom is going to give her tips onto how to write the ending. Just, it's so, you're just romanticizing the person, like you're, anyways, blah, blah. But then she gives her some suggestions for the ending of the book. And all of a sudden she's like writer's block. So she's like working on the ending, and you see the movie's playing out like the action is actually happening, and then it's like, and the main character is like, wait a minute, I don't know what to say. And you're going, what? And it's her having writer's block. It's like, it sort of kind of has this awkwardy, interesting, it's interesting, but it's kind of odd, and you're kind of sitting in your chair going, okay. And then it happens, where you have this interesting transition from the real Argylle coming into play and the fictional Argylle coming into play. And let me explain. She's on the train to go to her mom because she's got writer's block. She's gonna go visit her mom in New York. They're gonna have a girl power session with the ending of the book. Hello? I'm having an alert. Listening, so anyhow, she's on the train, and all of a sudden this homeless-like looking guy goes, can I sit here? Her mom's bugging her to find a guy, don't have a romance with the fictional guy. Find a guy, a nice-looking guy is like, hey, is this seat taken? She's like, yes, it's taken. She's like a recluse, loner. And then this homeless guy just plops himself down, and she's like, oh my God, and doesn't get away, and he's like, pulls open her novel. It's like, hey, you're the author. And then the homeless guy says, look, in a few minutes, your life is in danger. In a few minutes, you'll find me breaking somebody's arm, and their gun's going to land in your lap, and you're going to bear hug me real tight. Hang on for dear life. You'll see in just a few minutes. And she's like, what the hell? Get the hell away from me on the train, right? This is what, one of those Amtrak trains, and going through the mountains and all that. And also she has a cat. So her cat is this big, fluffy, big-eyed, fluffy furball cat, and she takes it with her. She's just in love with her cat, one of these cat things. And she has her cat in a backpack carry-on with this big bubble window, so the cat's head sticking out of the bubble window while she's on the train. and her cat's name is like Arnie or something, Arnie the cat or whatever it was. And so there's Arnie the cat and her sitting on the train, and this homeless guy, and she's like freaking out, going, "What the heck?" And I gotta point out, I didn't notice this till the end of the movie. You want to talk, I want to talk. This is a movie review. It's a bad one, but it's good. The backpack that the cat is in has a pattern on it, which is those diamond shape. It's an Argylle pattern on the backpack of the cat. So there's Argylle. Even there's Argylle the backpack. There's Ernie the cat, and Ernie is some major spy, head of the directory. Well, not that. Anyway, time's up, and it was a good movie. Go see it. I highly recommend it. But basically, there's a lot of switch. If you like whodunit novels, like Who Did It and Whodunit and figuring it out, and a lot of plot twists, this is your movie. It's like a lot of twists. Oh, I didn't know that was going to happen. That was a surprise. I didn't expect that. And it's a whole movie built on the twist and the I didn't expect that to happen. That's the main structure of this movie, and it has a lot in it. So there's this big spy network for real called the Directory. That's the same that's in her book. And this guy turns out there's a big fight scene, and the homeless guy turns out to be the actual like the main character in her book, even though he looks different. And he saves her life, and they attacked by the actual killer spies, and they're shooting at everybody. They look like just everybody else and all kind of stuff. They go out, they fly out the back of the Amtrak train and hang on tight. So I'll kind of leave some cliffhanger stuff like that, but you gotta go see the movie. Now, here's what I really think about the movie. It's kind of a chick flick in that there's a lot of girl power in this thing, and it's like a romance bit. And it's a romance bit with the main character, because his homeless thing is a disguise. And this is the one actor I know is Sam Rockwell. So he plays that guy, and he cleans up okay. Older Sam Rockwell. And he's like the hip slick and cool guy, and he's a spy, and he's like saving her. And why the Directory's after her is because what she's fictionally writing is actually like suppressed memories, and it's actually closer to the truth. And they're after this one secret list that's on a USB drive in a weird bullet that they got during their spy things. Has a little thing like that going on. But I think, and then there's Samuel L. Jackson, who's like the retired, not Samuel L. Jackson, Lawrence Fishburne. Yeah, he's cool. Lawrence Fishburne is the retired guy, and they go visit him, and then more action because they're all after them for realsies. And she's thinking, I'm just a writer, and it turns out she's more than just a writer. And the Argylle and her, and they have this weird romance thing that from her suppressed memories, which are actually real. And they have this fire bomb smoke thing fight scene that's like a dance. It's like, let's dance and fight the bad guys, and it's all this choreography slow-mo thing, but it revolves around she really has a love interest with this guy. So it's an okay movie. It's in the B range, maybe B minus, because it's kind of silly but and stuff like that. It's 2 hour long. It's okay. It's worth it to go see. I think it is the date movie if you have a date, this is the movie. So you go on a date and it's Valentine's Day and all that. I have the paper queued up, but whatever. I'll just leave it as a movie review because otherwise it'd be super long. I don't want to make them long. And I got a package arriving today. Oh yeah. It's secret, right? It's cursed. It's not cursed. It's a editing computer. Oh yeah. So anyways, that's it for now. It's just a little review of the movie. It's a Valentine movie. If you have a date, you want to go see it. It's okay. It's a good movie. It's enough to see. It's worth it to go see. She told me. Happy Valentine's Day. That's what she told me. Yeah. Okay. All right. Aloha. It's all weirdly windy today. I don't know why. Okay. Aloha to you. Bye now.